Sunday afternoon was probably one of the most scariest moments I've ever had in my life. We'd been at a friend's wedding for the weekend, absolutely stunning. We were down in Somerset at a place called Babington House, and my God, it was just absolutely amazing. It was one of my best friends from school. He got married to his beautiful wife, and they just looked incredible. It was a lovely weekend. We had this lovely cabin, which then we woke up on Sunday morning. I was a little bit delicate on Sunday morning because Saturday night had been on the heavier side, shall we say. In the UK last week, the weather had been so hot. It'd been boiling. It was, I think, one of the hottest days ever on record in the UK, one of the days was. So it was super hot. And in the UK, after the super hot, comes the torrential rain and the thunderstorms and the lightning, and that is what came on Sunday. We drove back to London from Somerset, went to pick up Luna, our puppy, because we dropped her off at the kennels for the first time ever. So we were a little bit traumatised and very excited to get back to her. We picked her up, and then it started to come down like crazy. And when I say crazy, it came down like there's only one time where I can remember it being as heavy as that, and that's when Kasha and myself went to the Dominican Republic, and it was mental. This time wasn't as bad as that, but it was pretty bad. All of a sudden, flash floods. We're driving through massive puddles. We've then got onto the ring road to get home. Not far from home, it's probably only 5 or so minutes from home, and all of a sudden there's a big queue, and it turns out there's this enormous puddle. I don't think anyone had tried to get through yet. I'd say there was probably 20 cars in front of us. And then all of a sudden it started moving. People were then going through to the right side. People were getting through it, but it looked high, and I guess it was still coming down like torrentially at this point, so obviously it was just getting higher and higher. We then took the decision to actually go through it. We're not even halfway through yet, and I'm like, oh, this was just the worst decision. It's going deep, and I mean super deep. People are getting through, but the person in front of us, all of a sudden I've noticed they've stopped, hazard lights come on, and it's like, oh no. I'm actually close enough to them that I've actually had to reverse, go round them into the deeper side of it, then go through. Even to the left of us, someone else has decided to go a bit faster. They've gone through it. They've now got their hazard lights on as well, so they've just completely conked out. I then managed to work my way back to the right to try and go into the shallowest area of it. All the while, our feet are getting wet because it's now coming through the doors, and you can feel the engine just you're looking at the dashboard, and you can see the engine temperature has gone way down. It was awful. My leg was shaking. There's a video here now which Kasha got at the end of it. My leg is shaking. You can see the puddle on the floor, and just look how deep it was. That was a big mistake, and in hindsight I would never do anything like that again. It was so weird because it was coming down so much and people were going through it, and it was like, well, how do you reverse on a double carriageway? But I went and looked on the news that night, and those 2 cars, they were still there hours later, so we were so lucky to get out of it, but my God, we were so scared. So that was a traumatizing experience, to say the least. As you can see, I'm in the shop now, just recorded a load of the sort of the how-to footage for all of the new products for Johnny's Chop Shop. So products are still exactly the same, but all new branding on there, so showing people how to use them, and that's going to be all going on then to the website, I think, then onto YouTube and a few different places. So I've got to edit them all up, get them all nice and looking sharp. I'm actually going to go right now to go and do some cryotherapy. So apparently it takes you down to minus 130 degrees. I think you're in there for 3 minutes. So let's have a look, see how much fun this is or how horrible this is. That's quite a bizarre experience. There's someone in there for the whole 3 minutes there in your shorts, got like socks on, got gloves on, and then you sort of hand over the gown which you've got on. It was weird. Like she said, you'll feel as though your leg go a little bit lighter, and it feels like the blood is going more into the organs, because apparently it's trying to push it there to be able to like protect the organs. But yeah, definitely, it was like there was definitely like more pressure around, like, say, my torso area. It was a really weird feeling. It was obviously cold, but it didn't feel like really unbearable. The 3 minutes went like in a heartbeat. Like I wasn't like or anything like that. Whereas in an ice bath, I'm definitely like that. That's quite cool. Interesting. Well worth a try, I'd say. I started cutting hair 5.5 years ago. I loved going into barbershops. I loved having a great haircut, and I loved feeling amazing. And I wanted to try and do that to other people and help them feel amazing as well. And it was just I've always loved trying to make myself feel good, so trying to pass that on to other people felt very natural and sort of easy to me to want to do.
So then how did you sort of parlay that into deciding to start a TikTok page? So, and like, you know, why did you start the page, and what makes your profession a perfect one to kind of take onto social media?
It was all down to trying to market myself. It was trying to have new people come into the shop, entice new people to come in. It was a marketing tool, really. I saw it as an opportunity to entice more people in, provide value to them, and then hopefully then they would want to come and have their haircut by myself. I feel like barbering has been a great one, because I feel like every career is, you can put content out. There's something valuable that anyone can get from certain things. I feel like you could talk about, if you're a marketer, there's plenty of things to come out. So I feel like any career there's ways of creating content that is perfect for content online.
So then how do you decide what kind of content you're gonna put out there that you're gonna create?
The audience decides, really. The audience decides. Now, at the start, I was trying to come up with lots of different ideas and trying to hope that they enjoyed the content I saw. I think the great thing for me is that not a lot of the stuff at the start worked very well, so it meant that I was used to having to try and do lots of new things. I was always trying to come up with ideas. Then there was certain things that did work, and then you ended up getting lots more questions in the comment section, and then basically they were the questions then were content, because it was questions to answer and then ways of providing value of things that actually people wanted to learn and actually wanted to see. So now it's the audience that dictates the content, really. So as you probably just saw, I was recording a little interview there, got this whole little setup in the living room, got a couple of these lights, got the microphone just behind then the laptop which we've got here, got that all plugged in, and that was for Access Hollywood, which is absolutely mental, isn't it? They're on in America at like 7 p.m. every day, I think is what it is. And it's so it's with like Mario Lopez, who obviously from Saved by the Bell we used to watch when I was a kid. So just did that. I think that's going to be on TV. Well, she said it could be in like 2 weeks or it could be 4 weeks, because it might, like, they'll just slip it in when it's sort of whenever it's ready, or like when there's not like something crazy going on. But I think out of all the things that have happened to me and how like everything's gone over the past year and a bit, that for me is like one of the most mental things, is that mainstream American TV have asked me to sort of do like a little segment on there. It's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, they're one of the moments where it's a bit like pinch yourself, because it just doesn't feel real. So I'll be honest, I was nervous all day long. Like tensions were high and I was just getting quite nervous, but it was fine. It is what it is, and it's not gonna, if it goes bad, it's not gonna ruin me. If it goes great, it's also not gonna make anything really any better, is it? But it's cool to be able to get involved with something like that. Right, let's get back to doing some editing. Sunday morning, just finished one Rebel class at Oxford Circus. I've got my little Summer Solero protein shake to have now. It was like a nice little treat after the class. I haven't had one of these actually for a little while, so this one's going to be a nice little treat now, I think. Start of August, sun is trying to poke through the clouds, but actually it's really quite a pleasant day, and it's actually quite nice now coming out of here after that with being a little on the sweaty side, so quite enjoyable. It's not too sunny. Good few days in the shop this week actually. It was super busy, really quite enjoyable. Had no new clients actually for the first time, I think, since we came back in April. It was the first time. But yeah, it's just been, there was no space for any new clients. It was just people that have been coming for a while. So actually it was a nice fun time. It's always a different type of conversation when it's just new, when it's people you've always cut for a while. So it's just conversations with friends. Formula One today. There's a few videos I've got to get all edited up, and I'm going to get them all done just so that I can get the week started tomorrow properly, and then I can feel like I'm on the front foot. I always feel like I'm on the back foot, so today I'm going to try and get a load of stuff done just so then tomorrow start fresh, and hopefully then can just crack on with everything that needs to be done tomorrow. So have a lovely week wherever you're watching this from. If you're not already subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and if you are a subscriber, thank you, but give it a little thumbs up as well. See you soon. Have a great day. All the best, Elliot.